But we're working with sets today, and there's two different forms. There's two different ways that you'll see sets written out. Sets of numbers can be written in roster form, or they can be written in set builder notation. Roster form is something you're used to seeing. You would have a set, we'll call it set M, and set M is going to be equal to these numbers. We would say like 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and just that set of numbers. And many times you'll be asked to write this in what we call set builder notation. So set builder notation it's a little bit different because you're not going to list all of the elements, but what you're going to list, or what you're going to label this, again, this is still set M, okay? And this is going to be X. X is your elements, such that X is in, let's call them odd natural numbers. When X is going to be less than 10. So, again, it's a little bit more descriptive, but you're not listing all of the elements. So, that's the two different ways that you'll see sets written. Now, what you actually do with sets is another story. So, what we're going to do is we'll start off again. We'll keep our set M, and for this, it's going to be easier to work in what we call roster form. You know what, actually, let's make it a little bit simpler set. We'll make set N, and we'll just make it 1, 2, and 3 for this purpose. Because what I want to do now is I want to list all the subsets of N. Okay, and the subsets of N, you're going to see this symbol. Okay, that's a subset. Okay, so the subsets of N, and there's going to be a bunch of them, is you have to list every element, every combination of elements that's possible to get from the elements that are in set N. So what I suggest doing is always start with the largest one. Your largest subset of N is going to be the set N. So it's going to be these numbers. Because even though it is the set, all of those numbers appear in the set. So it is technically a subset. Then what I would do is I would list all the two number sets that are possible, or two element sets. So that could be 1 and 2. That could be one of them. You could have 1 and 3. That could be another one. And you could have 2 and 3. So those are the possible two element subsets. And then we have the one element subset. Again, I know that this is repetitive, but if you have the set of elements 1 and 2, you don't need to repeat that having the set of elements 2 and 1. Because all you're doing is listing the elements. It doesn't matter what order they're in, as long as you're listing all the possible pairings, all the possible groups. And then the one element sets are clearly going to be 1. You could have 2. And you could have 3. Now, the only thing missing from this is one other type, or one other set. And that set is referred to as the null set, or the empty set. And that's just listed this way. Okay, notice there's no braces there. There's no braces that are necessary for this. But you have to remember the null set, or the empty set, is a subset of every set. No matter what the set is, the null set or the empty set is a subset of that. So, more often than not, the mistakes that are made when you're listing subsets is kids forget to list the set itself as a subset, and they forget to list this, the empty set. So, make sure you don't forget them, because they are subsets of the original set N. All right, thanks for watching. I hope that this helped clear up a little bit for you.